I apologize profusely for any inconvenience my murderous rampage may have caused. I've discovered that getting pummeled by a blunt weapon can be quite painful. You know, squirrels can be deadly when cornered. Someday, I hope to find the nuggets on a chicken. I've discovered that getting pummeled by a blunt weapon can be quite painful.
Sup, yo? Enjoying an apple. So, what are we up to? Things. Things and stuff. Okay. Well, we got quite a few level 10 quests to turn in. I just haven't. You know how it is.
Authority of the king! Has Magni taken complete leave of his
It's a good time.
senses? And that damnable Whitebeard? Taken matters into his own hands, has he? The Senate will not be pleased to hear about this, not one bit. What, are you still here? Go before I call the guards.
Anyway. Probably don't need to hear me chewing. So I'm just gonna mute myself. Radio silence.
These gyromechanic gears and restabilization cogs are in perfect accordance with Ozzy's schematics for the recombobulation device. Once I add some hydrolubricant to the inner combustion pistons, adjust the cranker ratchet, and increase of the viscosity of the electrogum gel, the gnomish race will be as good as new.
How are you? See you soon.
It is a start. Hopefully we can take advantage of it and move some mountaineers in to secure the area. Then we can begin to restore our infrastructure and get the miners back to work. Thank you for your assistance, adventurer.
You know, squirrels can be deadly when cornered. I apologize profusely for any inconvenience my murderous rampage may have caused. Someday, I hope to find the nuggets on a chicken. I've discovered that getting pummeled by a blunt weapon can be quite painful.
My friend and fellow siege engine pilot, Maury Hildelv, is lost in the hills. We were looking for a rare ore that's needed for a high-grade blast powder, and during our search he drove his engine up a steep hill and busted it. Still convinced that ore was in these mountains, Hildelv charged me to guard our engines while he continued on foot, searching. It's been days, and I've heard some beastly growls in the hills at night. Maury's tough as nails, but I'm worried. Please, adventurer, find him.
Didn't get the shard, but whatever. There will be many more opportunities to get a shard.
Here. This is grim news, for Hildelv was a good friend, and I wish I could have been there with you when you found the beast, Mangerclaw. Thank you, adventurer. Your deed will be remembered by the pilots of the Ironforge Siege Brigade. Whoa, whoa! This stuff really puts a shine in your eyes. I feel like I can see in the dark. I've been drinking more of that shimmer stout my brother made. It's great stuff. I want a fellow mountaineer to try it. His name's Cadrell, and he's usually patrolling the road through Thelsamar in Loch Modan. To get to Thelsamar, go southeast through the tunnel, then turn northeast when the path forks into a road. Follow that road straight into Thelsamar. Give Mountaineer Cadrell this cask of shimmer stout and see what he thinks. We need to protect the Loch, adventurer! With so many of the King's soldiers fighting valiantly on remote battlefields, we've become overwhelmed on the home front. Trogs are tunneling up from every crevice. The Trog infestation poses the largest threat to Ironforge. These disgusting mutants must be destroyed. We need you, brave adventurer, to venture forth and lay waste to the Trog threat. Slay 10 Stone Splinter Trogs and 10 Stone Splinter Scouts and report back. Adventurer, you may or may not be aware of the Trog threat looming over Dwarven lands. With the Ironforge Reserve called up to the Alliance front, we are left with a fraction of the defense forces needed to keep these lands safe. My regiment is assigned to watch over the gate here, and we cannot leave our post for fear of invasion. But we need some pressure put on those damn Trogs lurking in the hills. If you're up to the task, wage an assault on the Trogs. Bring me back 8 Trog stone teeth as proof. Mark my words, you won't find faster griffins anywhere in the Eastern Kingdoms than the ones right here in Thelsamar. Welcome to Thelsamar, your home away from home in Loch Modan. Thelsamar is a nice place, but it's not all beer and salted meat for those who answer the call to duty. If you're willing to face danger in the name of the Alliance, then read the poster outside the Thelsamar branch of the Explorers League. We have a real infestation problem to the west. Tunnel rat kobolds have moved into the foothills, setting up dens and fouling our land with their filth. We want them eliminated. Hunt them, bring me their ears and earn their bounty. You can find tunnel rat kobolds and their dens west of Thelsamar. The Silver Stream mine to the east ran dry long ago. It was converted by the Miners' League into a storage depot, but now kobolds have moved in, putting their filthy paws on good dwarven tools. We'll root out those vermin soon enough, but the League wants someone to get their gear out of the mine before we warriors tromp in there and break things. It'll be a tough delve. You might want cohorts at your side. The gear is stored in Miners' League crates throughout the mine. Good luck. That's right. I have a task that I can't do while I'm guarding. In fact, it'll take you far from Loch Modan, your perfect chance for adventure. There is a dwarven armorsmith whose work I admire greatly. His name is Furin Longbeard, and his skill is unmatched. I need a new shield, and I must have one of his. The problem is, Furin is far to the south in the dwarven district within Stormwind, in human lands. I can't imagine why he would live there so far from Ironforge. The humans must pay him a king's ransom to keep him there. So if you want to travel and don't mind making some money, then will you send Furin my request for a shield? Great.
Welcome to Thelsum.
When I asked for those ears, I didn't realize they'd smell so bad. Here's your reward, adventurer. Well done.
Welcome to Thelsumar. Your home away from home in Lakshmodan. Thelsumar is a nice place, but it is not all beer and salted meat for those who answer the call to duty. If you are willing to face danger in the name of the Alliance, then read the poster outside the Thelsumar branch.
How? Trust me, it seems a lot harder than it looks, but... Oh, I've never known someone to take much interest in the making of sausages, but I'll give you the recipe just in case. Here you go. Mind you eat them fresh.
Welcome to Thelsumar. Your home away from home in Lakshmodan. Thelsumar is a nice place, but it is not all beer and salted meat for those who answer the call to duty. If you are willing to face danger in the name of the Alliance, then read the poster outside the Thelsumar branch of the Explorers League.
Fill your tankard and pull up a chair. We've stories to tell and kegs to empty.
Safe travels.
Mark my words, you won't find faster griffins anywhere in the Eastern Kingdoms than the ones right here in Thelsumar.
someday I hope to find the nuggets on a chicken. I apologize profusely for any inconvenience my murderous rampage may have caused. I've discovered that getting pummeled by a blunt weapon can be quite painful.
Have you come seeking training in the ways of armed combat? Need help? Be careful.
Ah, well done. I was starting to think no one would take down that monster. Here you are, adventurer, and thanks. That knoll was giving me a headache the size of Blackrock's spire.
Well,
You have the Finns? Great. Marshal Dugan is anxious about the Murloc situation in Eastern Elwyn, and I'd like to tell him that it's becoming under control. Your actions have helped realize that.
Hail, adventurer. I am charged to patrol this stretch of road. Although the road is safe for now, I've seen Gnoll encampments to the north and east of here. Lakeshire must know of the gathering Gnoll force. Report to Deputy Felden in Lakeshire and tell him of the Gnolls. Do this, and I'm sure Felden will offer you a scout's wage. Felden's usually inspecting the area south of the bridge to Lakeshire. There are Red Ridge Gnolls that close to Elwyn. They may be poised to advance into our homeland. Soon the people of Lakeshire may not be the only humans under siege. Here is your pay, though you bring us dire news. And it comes at a bad time, for we are ill-equipped to deal with it. We don't have men to spare, but something must be done about those Gnolls you reported to me. Scout Southern Red Ridge for Gnolls. Harry them, kill those you can, and report back to me with a count of their numbers and an assessment of the threat they present. You may find those Gnolls camped all along the southern road of Redridge. Do this for the Stormwind Army, adventurer, and you will be rewarded.
Where would you like to fly to?
markings on.
The arcane only corrupts those who are weak. Keep up on your training, or you may find a similar fate.
Want to make your demons more powerful? It'll cost you, but you've come to the right place. Off and away. Want to make your demons more powerful? It'll cost you, but you've come to the right place.
Need help? You found him? Well done, adventurer. He won't be collecting from the Elwyn mines again. And this ring you found is interesting. It's a membership ring for the old stonemasons guild in Stormwind. Why would a lowly thief have an artisan guild ring? And why are the Defia's thieves collecting money from our mines? Difficult questions. I hope one day we'll have answers. It was horrible. Verna woke me when she heard a ruckus in the fields. The fields were full of hooligans. We left in a rush, and I forgot to pack my pocket watch. Verna's PA gave me that watch on our wedding day, and I feel just sick knowing those thieves have it. I left the pocket watch in the wardrobe at the farmhouse. Look for the field of pumpkins to the west. You can't miss it. If you bring it back to me, I'd sure be grateful.
I never thought the day would come when I'd leave the farm, but the fields are overrun with thieves, and it's far too dangerous for us here now. As soon as Farmer Furlbrow gets the wagon fixed, we'll be on our way. Maybe you could do me a favor? Let me scribble down my recipe for Westfall stew. Please take it to Salma Saldine over on the farm yonder. The Saldine's farm is just beyond the fork in the road. Poor old Blanchy. Such a tired beast after all the work we put her through. I fed her before we left the farm, but we weren't expecting the wagon to break on us. If you could bring her a few handfuls of oats from the fields, I'd be grateful. I bet you could find some around all of the farms in Westfall, if you can steer clear of those horrific machines that have taken over. There are several farms southwest of here.
Look at what has happened to this place. These lands were once occupied by good farm folk, but the damn thieves have driven them all off. Not me, though, but it seems some harvest watchers have taken over the fields. If you're up for the work, I'd like you to go out and kill 20 of them. Come back when you're done for your pay. If you finish up with the ones in my field, clear them from the neighboring fields as well.
That Verna was always such a sweet lass. We'll miss her here in Westfall, but between you and me, she's a city girl at heart, and Stormwind will suit her just fine. But enough gossip, now we can make Westfall stew. The onions are peeled, the garlic is minced, the rosemary is crushed, the crust has been baked, the dillweed is chopped, the gravy is simmering. Now all I need for my famous meat pie are 8 Gortusk livers. Help me make some Westfall stew. Come back with the following ingredients. 3 stringy vulture meat, 3 Gortusk snouts, 3 Murloc eyes, 3 okra. That okra will thicken up this broth nicely. Now we just add the stringy vulture meat, a few Murloc eyes, and those delicious Gortusk snouts. And we're done. For all your help, adventurer, I want you to take today's first batch of Westfall stew.
What can I do for you? Ah, so my friend sent you here? How kind. Well, the Stormwind Monarchy has abandoned our cause. Now it is up to the People's Militia to keep the land free from corruption. If our cause interests you, I can put your combat skills to use in the name of freedom. The People's Militia has but one goal, to defend the lands of Westfall and return peace to our surroundings. Unfortunately, the price of peace is often blood. One of my scouts has brought word of a band of Defias trappers wreaking havoc nearby. I have reports of Defias trapper sightings near the Jangle Lode mine to the northwest, as well as at the Molson Farm and Furlbrow's Pumpkin Farm. If you seek to join our ranks, slay 15 Defias trappers and 15 Defias smugglers, then return to me. The band of wretches responsible for driving the good people of Westfall from the land call themselves the Defias Brotherhood. I need you to infiltrate this clan of thugs. We need to know who heads up the cartel and where they are hiding out. In Lakeshire, in the inn, there is a rogue by the name of Wiley who owes me a favor. Travel to Lakeshire in the Red Ridge Mountains, east of Elwyn, and find out what you can. Stormwind has abandoned us. A foul wind of depravity rustles through the plains of Westfall. This was my homeland, and I will not turn my back on the citizens who choose to remain here. We, the former farmers, shall make our stand. Your task, should you choose to accept, is to patrol the grasslands of Westfall. Track down and slay the vile gnolls that seem to be working in conjunction with the Deadmines thieves. Bring me 8 gnoll paws, and I will reward your bravery. The Defias front is constantly shifting. I've been following their movements for quite some time now. On a side note, I've ascertained that many members of the gang can be tracked by the red leather bandanas they wear. Bring me 15 of these bandanas and I'll see to it you are rewarded.
Where are you going? Well, if you are looking to get there quickly, then look no further.
You know, squirrels can be deadly when cornered.
What can I do for you? See you around.
I am honored. Go in peace.
I apologize profusely for any inconvenience my murderous rampage may have caused. Someday, I hope to find the nuggets on a chicken. I've discovered that getting pummeled by a blunt weapon can be quite painful. You know, squirrels can be deadly when cornered. Someday, I hope to find the nuggets on a chicken.
The hippogriff is a noble beast, proud and swift. They are an honor to train and can quickly take their rider a great distance. The forest mourns for Lady Sathra, but it was something that had to be done. Thank you, adventurer. Now you must finish the task to which you have been appointed. Take the spinnerets and offer Lady Sathra's sacrifice to a loon. Lay the great spider to rest. Inside this temple, find the central fountain. There is where you may leave the sacrifice. The holy waters will purify and cleanse the corruption that drove Sathra mad. When you have completed this, return to me. The loss of Lady Sathra is distressing, but in this way only may she be reborn with a renewed spirit. May Elune willingly accept the sacrifice that you have offered her.
can I assist you? Goddess, watch over you.
Be with you.
The grace with which I fight is not something I can teach you, but I can teach you the use of various weapons.
The saber-cat's fur is a distinctive gray color, blending into the surrounding forest. As she lays there, you observe that she is badly wounded, with deep lacerations across her back and stomach. She raises her head and gazes at you, bright intelligence shining in blue eyes. She seems to wish to follow you.
What brings... Oh, thank you, adventurer. I feared I would never see Mist again, knowing only her death in my heart, never to be united with my faithful companion. I owe you more than you can know, and you have my eternal gratitude. I am impressed by what you have accomplished here in so short a time, adventurer. Would that I could ask you to remain here to assist me with my duties, but I know in my heart that greater tasks lie ahead for you. I have noticed the oracle tree has just shed a piece of its bark. No doubt it has a task that it wishes completed. You should speak with it. Oh, the forest whispers of your feats of valor, adventurer. As I felt the harpies forced from their nests, a greater calm spread across the forest, its creatures once again feeling safe. I have feared sending another messenger to the Archdruid, but I know that you will see my message safely to him. Deliver this to him and know that the forest will see you safely along its paths to the Forest of Stone.
Adventurer, you have proven yourself a most worthy and able adventurer. A person who follows the path of honor as sure as you do is certain to find great glory in this world. May the forest spirits protect you wherever your travels may take you.
I can train you in first aid techniques.
Be careful.
Hello. Del Nadres.
To be in the presence of the Oracle Tree, it is almost to feel wisdom take form. Let me continue the telling. With Teldrassil grown, the Archdruid approached the dragons for their blessings as the dragons had placed upon Nordrassil in ancient times. But Nosdormu, Lord of Time, refused to give his blessing, chiding the druid for his arrogance. In agreement with Nosdormu, Alexstrasza also refused Staghelm, and without her blessing, Teldrassil's growth has been flawed and unpredictable. Without the blessings of Alexstrasza the Lifebinder and Nosdormu the Timeless, Teldrassil's growth has not been without flaw. Strange beasts have been reported arising from the very ground of the tree, and crazed furbolgs attack passing travelers. I can only hope that the solution the Archdruid is looking for will be found quickly. I will pour all the files you brought into this vessel for you to deliver to Darnassus. Bring it to Fandral Staghelm. You will find him in the Druid Grove.
What is this? A Timberling heart? It's covered with a foul moss. Thank you for bringing this to me, adventurer. I will examine the heart, and if fortune shines, determine the nature of the moss about it.
You found this on Teldrassil? Intriguing. This fruit is exotic. Perhaps its seeds were brought here from far off, perhaps even as far as Azeroth. And there's something about this fruit. It seems to have reacted very strangely with the soil of Teldrassil. Thank you, adventurer. Now, if you'll excuse me, I must study this further. I have removed that foul moss from the heart, but it remains tainted. Try placing the heart in my planter. It is filled with a nutritive soil that may cleanse and heal the heart.
Where did you get this? I haven't seen a plant like this since a sojourn I made to the Swamp of Sorrows, decades ago. It's amazing that a specimen made its way to Teldrassil, and it's grown to such a size. Thank you, adventurer.
Forgive my shortness of words, but there is a test I would like to perform on this frond.
The fronds Denelan, planted within his garden, have sprouted and grown. They tremble, eager to be picked.
Elune be with you. Go in peace.
If you are here to waste my time, then you are wasting the time of the Cenarian Circle as a whole. For your sake, let us hope that you are not foolish enough to be doing just that.
Ah, yes, the water I had requested. Tanneron and Corethris certainly took their time in having it delivered, perhaps not choosing the most reliable of messengers. Nonetheless, I can finally get back to my work then. The weight of Teldrassil's problems fall upon my shoulders, a yoke I would wish to soon be rid of. Take this, you may find some use for it.
I wondered why the Oracle Tree had not communicated with me for so long. It seems that some problems are lessened while others grow to greater concerns. I fear my work on Teldrassil shall never be completed, and our immortality never restored. Nonetheless, you have done the Oracle Tree's task well, and should be rewarded for your diligence. If you had enough time to run messages for the Oracle Tree, then I'm sure that I can press you into service to deliver a message to the Grove of the Ancients in Darkshore, due south of Aberdeen. You will most likely have to secure transport on a hippogriff, but I have faith enough in you that you can manage that. Take this to Onu, the Ancient of Lore. He has been awaiting word from me, even as I waited for news from the Oracle Glade.
How nice it is to see an adventurer interested in the great archaeological wonders of our world. Oftentimes, our work is dismissed as mere hobby by our friends in the Alliance. But what many fail to realize is that recent discoveries in Cosmodan have proven that a great and powerful force threatens all of Azeroth, from Lordaeron to Kalimdor. I am most worried about my crew that I sent to Darkshore. They haven't sent word in weeks. Travel to Aberdeen and look for a clue as to their whereabouts.
The fish off the coast of Teldrassil are quite large and robust. Rumors say it is the speedy growth of our New World tree that is the cause.
To maintain our link to the mainland, we have hippogriffs constantly flying between Rutheran Village and Darkshore.
May Elune walk with you, adventurer. The Temple of the Moon has come to help the troubled citizens of Aberdeen. Majestic sea creatures are known to launch themselves at the Darkshore coastline, beached there until they die. Lately, these beasts have been washing ashore in ever-increasing numbers. I've been sent here by the Temple of the Moon to investigate, but the presence of murlocs along the water has made my research difficult. There is a giant creature washed ashore just south of Aberdeen that is ringed by the foul grey mist murlocs. Could you go there and retrieve bones from the creature for our study?
Hey! Help me with my latest invention, the BuzzBox! You can talk to people far away! Maybe you've already seen them! They're boxes with levers on them! The only problem is they need constant maintenance. Each one suffers from a different problem, but I made a really smart decision. I placed each one near creatures that have the proper parts to fix that particular machine. Right now, BuzzBox 827 is on the Fritz. It's just south of Aberdeen, real close. It takes 6 crawler legs to fix it. I'll pay you heat. I came to Aberdeen because of the quiet. I want to invent my inventions where it's quiet. Because after a night of drinking, I don't like all the noise of Ironforge. So I took a ship to Aberdeen and had a little too much to drink on the way. I dropped my box of gaffer jacks overboard. I need my gaffer jacks. I don't know exactly where I dropped them, but if you fish for them in the ocean, you might get lucky.
Did you find my gaffer jacks?
The ruins of Bashalaran to the east are overrun with demonic minions. The sprites and satyrs that have taken up residence in the area feed upon the magical energies of the area, their powers growing from continued exposure. Even with that, I have noticed that there is one shrine they will not approach. On the western side of the ruins, atop a small bluff, a strange blue aura permeates. There must be an explanation to the demon's reluctance. I would like you to investigate it. Adventurer, a task I would ask of you. Have you seen the ruins of Ameth Aran? If not, you will find them on the eastern side of the main road, some ways to the south. Once they were the home of many powerful highborn. Now they are a testament to the destruction their dabblings produced. I've been told by the sentinels that the spirits of the highborn persist, and that they wield their ancient magical implements. Those relics must be appropriated so that we might destroy them.
I'm so glad Chief Archaeologist Grey Whisker sent for us. What an honor it was when Master Grey Whisker assigned me to work under the guidance of the great prospector Remtravel. At the Academy in Ironforge, everyone knew of Remtravel's great discoveries, but the prospector is rather, oblivious to his surroundings. We had uncovered evidence of a great society. Horrible golems sprang forth from the ground and overran the site. Remtravel never seemed to notice. I ran back to Aberdeen for help. Please travel south and see if the prospector is okay.
In the aftermath of the battles at the Well of Eternity, I heard that Ameth Aran had been destroyed, its people dead, including my love, Anaya. I would never have thought, thousands of years later, that memories of Anaya would still haunt my dreams. Wandering the woods of Darkshore in a stupor, I found myself in the ruins of Ameth Aran, where I saw the haunted spirit of my beloved. She must be freed, but I lack the heart to do it. Her spirit must be destroyed.
Did you find my gaffer jacks? Without my gaffer jacks, I can't tune my stindle pegs.
A tiny voice crackles from deep within the machine. Whiz-bang here. The next buzz box is north of Aberdeen. On the beach, so. That buzz box is number 411, and it needs 3 Thresher eyes for its repairs. They're just off the coast. The Dark Shore Threshers, hi-hick. Sorry about that. Just like last time, when you give the buzz box the goods, it'll spit out your reward. Hickey. What? No, I am fine.
Hello. Good luck, friend. What brings you here? May the stars guide you. Hello. Asha fell out.
Prospector Ironband is heading an excavation of ancient ruins east of the lake. His progress has been slow lately, especially considering all the supplies we've sent him. Ironband's a stout, honest dwarf who values results, which has me worried that forces are at work against him. Go to Ironband's excavation and speak with Magmar Felhue. He manages the details of the site and will know why there's a slowdown. To get to the excavation site, go around the southern tip of the lake, then head east. I see a lot of young dwarves at my door, eager to learn the trade of mining. And if there's one thing a miner needs more than anything, it's a pick. I have a list of mining students who scored high in their lessons and earned an honorary pick. Take my list to Golner Bouldertoe in Ironforge. He'll get the picks ready. The fastest way to Ironforge is on a griffin, so bring the list to our griffin master, Thorgrim Borrelson, and speak with him about transport to Ironforge.
Mark my words.
Oh, you have to get this to Ironforge, ah? For a small fee, I can put you on the back of one of my griffins and it'll take you there. How does that sound? For just a few coins, one of my griffins will take you to Ironforge. From there, deliver Brock's list to Golner Bouldertoe. You'll find him in the Deep Mountain Mining Guild. That's in the Great Forge district of Ironforge, which is right where my griffin will drop you off. Speak to me again when you're ready for the journey.
Mark my words. You won't find faster griffins anywhere in the Eastern Kingdoms than the ones right here in Thelsamar.
If you ask me, there's no greater profession than a miner. And if you ask me, there's no greater miner than a dwarf. Ah, the lastest list of Brock's best pupils. I have a batch of honorary picks ready to go. I just need to chisel in the names of the students. Here are the honorary picks for Brock students. If you've already been to Thelsamar, then you should fly a griffin back there. Take the picks to our griffin master, Grith Thurden, and speak with him about a ride back to Thelsamar.
You have to get these to Thelsamar, eh? That won't be a problem. As long as you've already been to Thelsamar and spoken to Thorgrim Borrelson, then you can take one of my griffins back to him.
For a small fee, you can buy a griffin ride to Thelsamar, as long as you've already been there. Griffins will only fly you to places you've already been, so be sure to speak with every griffin master you see, so you can fly to him later. You've already been to Thorgrim, the griffin master of Thelsamar, so now you can return to him. And once in Thelsamar, you can deliver the picks to Brock Stoneseeker. Speak with me when you're ready to go.
The Wildhammer dwarves might have fast steeds, but can those airy peak griffins stand the heat of the Great Forge? I think not.
Very well done. Baron will be so happy when he hears the good news. To kill Vegesh is no easy task. I imagine one day you'll be fighting alongside King Magni's men on the Alliance front.
Well done, adventurer! You demonstrated uncanny courage on the battlefield. Our war against the Trogs will be won with efforts such as yours. You have served King Magne well. If you fancy yourself well suited for this kind of adventuring, I suggest you speak with Mountaineer Gravelgore. The captain has him assigned to a rough patrol that I am sure he can use some help with. Check with Gravelgore just inside the tower. Mountaineer Cobbleflint had nothing but good things to say about your person. For that reason, I'm going to entrust upon you a mission of utmost importance. We need to keep pressure on the invading Trog forces until our dwarven brethren return from the Alliance front. Set forth into the southern hills and kill 10 Stone Splinter Skullthumpers and 10 Stone Splinter Seers. Your attacks will buy us some time. Report back when your mission is complete. The best miner has a firm grip on her pick, a stout heart in her chest, and thick black dust in her hair. You brought the picks? Great. I'll get these to my mining students. I'm sure they're eager to use them on the ore deposits of Loch Modan. Thank you for your help, adventurer. I am in your debt, but I hope this money will at least cover your travel costs. I am quite impressed, adventurer. You have done the dwarven race a great favor by defending our lands. King Magni Bronzebeard himself would be proud. Mark my words, you won't find faster griffins anywhere in the Eastern Kingdoms than the ones right here in Thelsamar.
Hey there. Be careful.
Feel free to browse.
I apologize profusely for any inconvenience my murderous rampage may have caused.
Alright, we're getting pretty close to the end of this stream. But we're not done with this gal. I think I'll do 2 streams per character now. Yeah. Like just base, no frickin' spin, just for the number of streams I do with the character. Yeah, from now on it's just 2 per character for 2 hours each. Makes sense. Makes more sense to me. Because we got to get through these instead of just cycling around like mad. So yeah, we'll get back to this gal next time on World of Warcraft. Alt Shuffle.
You know, squirrels can be deadly when cornered.
What brings you here? I hope the Murloc did not give you much trouble in collecting this for us. I will be sure to get this on the next hippogriff to Darnassus. The Temple of the Moon has given me some funds to hand out for assistance. Please have some with our thanks. Your success here emboldens me to offer you a chance to aid the Temple of the Moon further, if you are interested. That beached creature is not an isolated incident here in Darkshore. There are more along the coastline and even in the water. I would like for you to investigate another one that we know of. This one was reported to be in the water due west of Oberdeen, close to a sunken vessel. Return to me with anything that you may recover that would aid our research. Also, in your travels you may find other creatures. By all means, if you should discover anything, then please bring it to our attention. Hostile moonkin roam in ever-increasing numbers to our east. They once were thought to be gentle, almost mystical creatures. While some continue to hold reverence for them, the safety of Oberdeen forces me to keep a more realistic view. I've received reports that moonkin are being drawn to a large red crystal along Darkshore's eastern mountain range. No one has any idea what that crystal is, or even if it really exists. I want you to locate it over there and report back to me what you find.
A sickness spreads across the Darkshore, gripping the minds and bodies of all it touches. The Thistlebears have been hit the hardest by this plague. The once noble beasts are now an instrument of destruction, rabid and frenzied. I may have a cure for this ailment. Take this trap to the forest and lay it on the ground. Any rabid Thistlebear that crosses the light shall become docile for a short time. Once the bear is docile, it shall follow you. Lead it back here, adventurer. Some of my brethren were rescued from a corrupt furbog in Teldrassil, and I vowed to stop any more atrocities before more of our kind are injured. Or worse. I've seen a couple hints of corruption in Darkshore already, but I have yet to find any widespread signs. I think it would be logical if the investigation continued with the furbogs. Would you find one of their camps and return to me if you see any signs of corruption?
How may I help? May the stars guide you.
too few threshers around here. Need to be more threshers. Well, I don't know about that. Whatever. We'll get there. Unfortunately, the quests are already gray, so it's like... Missed that boat. Missed the boat on doing those before they turn gray. Well, what are you going to do about it when doing nearly 100% of the game? Some quests are just going to go gray before you can get to them, ever. But we try. Okay, come on now. I need another eye. I need more than one eye. Jeez. Also, I love Unending Breath. Oh my god. Best fucking spell in the game. And it's got no reagent cost. That's the best part. You can just explore the ocean whenever you please at the level that you learn the damn thing. Which is great. Alright, come on, one more. Just need one more. Damn it. Big ol' clam. Fine, we can do clam. Should do clam jam. Clams, clams, clams. I'll do the Gaffer Jacks and other fishing-based quest-to-dos off-stream. Because those take a long time and they're boring as sin. Believe you me, I've played Final Fantasy X multiple times. Sin is boring. So boring. That's a joke, by the way. Just a joke. Okay, there we go. Yay, we did it! Okay, so what else? Buzzbox turn in, maybe. Maybe. Got 5 more minutes for this. session. Go back and turn in, probably. That's about all. Yeah. We'll go down the coast and further up the coast next time. And then we'll go to Westfall to top off to level 20 for this character on this cycle of things.
Peace be with you. You've been a tremendous help here today. We now have a solid chance at unlocking the mystery of why these creatures choose to beach themselves on the coast of Darkshore. The idea that they might be fleeing the area around Teldrassil is disturbing. Should you come across others in your travels, please let me know. Our research here is but in its infancy. On behalf of the Temple of the Moon, please accept this as thanks for the effort you have given. Thank you, adventurer.
Yeah, we're going a bit north. 'Cause that's the way of it. We got way too many fucking quests.
Farewell.
And this might not be an efficient way, not even remotely efficient way of doing these quests or leveling up in general. But I do it anyway because I like doing it. Because I like doing quests. Just doing quests, man. Just do the damn quests. Oh, that's 13 as well. Fuck. We gotta do that. Although my level 12 quests are like 10% less good for XP gain, so what takes priority? Ensuring that the quest doesn't degrade any further, or doing the quests that have not yet degraded first? As far as doing a semi 100% run of World of Warcraft efficiently. I don't know. I'm not an expert. Never was and never will be an expert. Not in anything. Well, actually, there's one thing I can be an expert in. It's an expert in wasting time. Yeah. But then again, so can any man in their late 30s be an expert at wasting time.
The machine's hatch is open, and it seems to wait expectantly for 3 Thresher eyes to be placed inside. The buzzbox hums to life soon after you place the Thresher eyes inside. There is a moment of static before you hear a familiar tiny voice call out. Crawler wine is the best. Sadhik, what? Oh, you fixed it already. Wow, you are a fast one. Show. Would you like to fix another? You believe you hear a liquid being poured into a cup, followed by loud gulping sounds. The buzz box gives a burst of static as you hear Whizbang begin to speak. The next buzz box is number 323. Ish, north of Aberdeen. But where is the ale? Wall. Oh, Ish on the road Shoya shouldn't have trouble finding it near the bridge. Whizbang mumbles something incoherent before you hear a loud gulping sound. Fish 1 needs Moonstalker fangs. 6 of them.
Anyway, probably do the initial Bashala run things. And then once I'm back at town, I'll just sit around and fish. Yeah. After stopping the stream, because, well, you don't need to watch me fish. Hell, you don't need to watch me at all. That's the whole point. But if you are going to watch me, I'm not going to subject you to the boring as fuck things that I do off stream. Unless it's for validation or whatever. Like in my Minecraft run. Oh my god, Minecraft. Minecraft. I'm just being semi-efficient by doing the other quests that are in my log at the same time as going to the ones that are lowest level. Otherwise, this would take for fucking ever. And I'd be leveling characters until the heat death of the universe. Yeah. Seriously, why won't they drop their fangs? They've got many. At least 2. Possibly 1. Each. But none. What the fuck? If they didn't have any fangs, they wouldn't be able to hunt. What the fuck is wrong with them? Why don't they give me their fangs? That is a question eternally asked by many a noob in this game. It's asked of Moonstalkers, it's asked of Gevra and the Barons, it's asked of pretty much anything. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Well, we got 1 Strider meat. We need 5. So, keep killing the Fortress Striders. Until they actually give me the good shit. Alright, we don't need that. Get rid of it. Yeah. Okay, Bashal. Uh-huh. Uh-huh. Need a new video. Uh-huh. Alright, fuck off. I'm not up for you yet. I'm letting you live for the moment more that you have to live. Okay, there you go. Alright, time to kill him.
Owe the exceedingly special honor of a person such as yourself as company. Truly it says much of my current companions, with no offense to my hosts, the noble Grells and Satyrs, that your presence could be considered an improvement. But please do not let
Give me rings.
tongue drive you from the place. It has indeed been many years, decades even, since I had civil accompaniment. If I were to relate the story of my life, I have no doubt it would surpass the limits of your patience. Let us say that mine has been a long and painful life.
What?
And this spectral form is perhaps the
Oh yeah, this guy. Kick his ass.
By the means of magic.
With a vengeance.
Though my words may seem disingenuous,
Never seen him before.
I assure you I would be grateful
But fuck him.
words if you would help me find the means of my imprisonment. A seal binds me, and by examining the earpieces of the sprites and grells, I may find a trace of it.
Disenchant that thing. There isn't a whole lot to say while I grind things out. Typically why I have myself muted, so you don't hear my random mouth sounds for a while. Lip smacking, sighing, drinking, eating, whatever, chewing gum. Yeah, you don't need that shit. I don't want to gross you out. Sneezing, sniffing. All the human noises that people would rather do without. Because fuck me for being human. A human born in the pre-self-aware AI empire that will come. I'd rather be a computer. I'd rather everything be computer. Yeah. Everything is computer. Yay, earrings. I don't know, I might do dinner for about an hour after this stream and then start up Minecraft again because, well, good lord, Minecraft is addictive. Especially when you got so many mods. Way too many mods. But that's what I like about it. Basically, changes the game into something else. Seriously. Come on, 2 more. I need 2 more. Give them to me. Alright, 1 more. And then we can go after the satyrs. And once the satyrs are done, we can get back to town and anticipate doing the next steps later. That's the plan. Fuck you, Sprite, you're in my way.
Indeed. The Grells of Bashal Aran do not possess that which I am searching. However, they have come into contact with it recently. I would reckon that by
I have never played a Mega Man game.
for me stretches into the veil of the past.
But these songs are a bop.
If the Grells have come into close contact with the seal that binds
Oh,
them
nice.
to
First try.
prison, I suspect I know the cause.
I'll have
No
to
doubt
wipe out the whole camp.
into the possession of the satyr that lead them. I feel strongly that this must be true, adventurer. One of the satyr must surely possess it. If you can obtain it, you would bring me so close to passing the bars of my prison that tears would come to my eyes. It is hard for me to even believe that what I hold now is that which has held me for so long. Let us waste no time, adventurer. When the seal is destroyed, I might walk the forests of the earth freely again. It was the craft of one of the most powerful of the Highborn that created the seal that formed my prison. In Amitharan, the ruins to the south that are twin to these, persists even today an ancient flame, blue in color. In this flame, this seal could be destroyed. Be wary in the ruins, adventurer.
Yep, that one's all the way south, where many other quests culminate. So we'll get to that. You know what? Fuck. You know what? No. We could turn in Beach Sea Creature, but... You know what? Just fuck it.
Greetings, person. I am Tharnarian.
We're hitting level 20 next stream, I know that much.
Begun, adventurer. Are you prepared for your next task? As I had feared, the cure does not work.
We'll figure it out.
It pains me greatly to order the death of any of nature's beasts, but the sick and tainted thistle bears must be put down. Return to the forest and destroy 20 rabid thistle bears, adventurer. It will most certainly not put a stop to the plague, but it will slow down the damage the animals are doing to our forest and its inhabitants for a short time. This is terrible news indeed, adventurer. With the fur bogs this close to Aberdeen, we will have to prepare ourselves for the inevitable. Thank you, adventurer. You've already proven adept at scouting our enemy, adventurer. Do you have what it takes to fight them as well? Not all adventurers prefer straightforward combat to the art of stealth and evasion. If you think you're up for the task, then the Furbog camp south of Aberdeen is currently the biggest threat to our people. You'll find some of the Blackwood tribe there. Kill 8 Pathfinders and 5 Windtalkers and return to me here.
Another discovery. Well done, adventurer. These remains will be properly studied once they get to Darnassus. Please accept this small honorarium in exchange for the remains you have provided for our study.
Your scouting of the Furbog camp is information that Thundrous Windweaver should be made aware of. He graciously serves as the Elder of Aberdeen, offering sage and just stewardship of the day-to-day affairs of the village. Please, share with him your findings to date on the Furbog situation. I believe he has some ideas of his own on the reasons behind their corruption. Perhaps you can work with him to enact a plan to restore the balance of nature here.
Be careful.
I am listening. Well met, adventurer. Scouting of the Furbog situation
sure.
It is time for us in Aberdeen.
We'll get to that.
We have dealt with not only forest dwellers who are now openly hostile to our presence, but also the outright corruption of the forest itself. Hopefully you might be able to lend Aberdeen aid during these troubling times. The Cliffspring River has begun turning foul and corrupted. It empties into the Mist's Edge, and I fear the wash will affect Aberdeen soon. I suspect the Blackwood Furbogs upriver are the cause of the taint, but I also suspect that they aren't the true root of it. Take this sampling tube and go to the mouth of the river to our north.
Shove these
Proceed
in
inland
faces.
to the first waterfall and draw a sample from the pool there. You'll see a bridge overhead. Once you have a sample, return to me in Aberdeen.
Do I really care? No. Care about making more bandages? Nah. We'll be fine. Should I boil the clams or suit a different character? Probably a different character. So just shove it in Nop's face. Okay, Nop can get the extra gold here. Although really I should be doing my class training. Well, anyway. Thank you so much for watching. Yeah. Don't forget to like, subscribe, and share if you're into that kind of thing, and as always, more to come later. Bye-bye.
I've discovered that getting pummeled by a blunt weapon can be quite painful.